What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm here to bring you guys an updated video in my must-have Gags series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Down below, there may be an asterisk behind that link. That means that it is an affiliated link. If you shop through it, I very much appreciate it. That means you're supporting your girl and your girl's channel. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I'm just happy that you're here to talk makeup with me because I'm feeling back. There were a couple of days this weekend where it was just I was down for the count, and that's why this video is coming up on Tuesday, but it's all good. I'm just still happy to be able to sit down here in my own little version of a happy place and talk makeup with you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day, great weekend, all of that jazz. And I haven't addressed it yet, but I do want to address it. For those who have family or live in Israel or Palestine, my heart goes out to you. I hope that eventually there is a solution to the conflict, and I hope you can find something to bring you at peace through this turmoil. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I do pay attention to the news a lot, and I don't want to, bring down my channel because I know sometimes when people have a lot going on, just coming to a channel that doesn't really address the hardships is nice. So I just wanted to put that out there in the event that you are not that way and you want me to address it. But yeah, let's get back to talking about the makeup. So if you're interested in this eye look, I did film it, and it was my first look with the Odin's Eye and Angelica collection. So I'm going to be doing two looks in my kind of big, long, drawn out video, and then hopefully I will have plenty of time to do some short form content with all of these palettes that I've kind of done my initial showcasing of in a long form video. So stay tuned for all of that. This is going up on Tuesday. Depending on what goes on with my life tomorrow, I may be able to get that video up tomorrow. Otherwise, it will definitely hopefully be up by Friday. I shouldn't have any issues on getting it up by Friday. And I'm going to be filming hopefully a lot today just to get myself back into the swing of things. So there will definitely be some content tomorrow as well. But anyways, I hope you guys are excited to talk about the makeup. Let me scoot over and we'll get into it. Okay, so the sun is really doing a lot right now, so I don't know how my visual is going to be, and I apologize if I get really blown out or really dark or something like that. The sun is just doing a lot right now. So first things first, Pureleas has a blush glow BB cheek and lip color product. I have been very interested in Pureleas. That's one of, I think, the more popular K-beauty brands that, are available, pretty accessible in a variety of different locations. But from what I remember, maybe it has changed. Their foundation shades just don't cater towards my skin tone. And in my opinion, from my experience, if your foundation shades don't cater towards me, then your cheek products aren't going to cater towards me. Same with, any other thing that really is determined, the pigmentation and all of that based on your skin tone. So even though these look really beautiful, and I've seen people of a lighter skin tone very excited and even, go ahead and purchase them, I'm not going to because I just don't want to waste any money. Haus Labs has showcased their holiday collection, and I will say I was a tinge bit overwhelmed after the initial excitement of seeing this collection was out. I think they're going to get a lot of people who are going to be picking this up for the pure fact that they want to see what the brand's quality is when it comes to eyeshadows. I hope their mattes are very reminiscent to the formulation that they have in the bronzers. I think that would be a very unique and interesting but buildable and pigmented formulation for your eyeshadow matte wise. So I would love and hope that that's how it is. The shimmers, I'm hoping they're creamy, but opaque, but also could be like sheared out for those who like a more sheer look. Am I going to necessarily be picking these up? I don't know. I think these are going to be available during the Sephora sale. So I may pick them up because it's going to be available then. But I really need to do good. I haven't been doing the best the last couple of months with my shopping. So I need to pick and choose the releases that I'm going to be picking up. And I don't know. Are you interested in this? Would this be something that's very helpful to see from me? I know a lot of people have come to my channel for House Labs reviews. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Atomic Lip Lacquer Duo, I've heard too many horror stories, so I'm not going to even bother. And as for the lip oils, I am interested in the lip oils. I just don't particularly love minis that I'm buying. I don't mind if somebody like gives me a free mini, but I'm not gonna buy a mini. So I would be more interested in picking up a full size of that product. I've heard good things about those. So we'll see. Nothing set in stone with that collection other than the fact that I will not be picking up those lip lacquers. Absolutely not. So Makeup Revolution has come out with a Festival Allure collection, and this has an eyeshadow palette, let's see, a highlighter, a lip swirl, body glow, a lip liner, and some other thing, or not lip liner, eyeliners. This collection is just not for me. Nothing in here is exciting, intriguing at all. I don't pick up a lot of Makeup Revolution, mainly because I just don't think that the brand really aesthetically is pleasing to my eye. And a lot of times at this point in my collection, the product needs to be aesthetically pleasing or very interesting, or I really need to enjoy the brand for me to actually pick it up. So not something for me personally. September Rose is a brand that has had quite a few really successful palettes that I've heard a lot of people raving about. I want to say I tried their brand years ago and didn't particularly like one of the palettes, and I just never got back to it. Oh no, I never actually tried September Rose now that I'm scrolling and looking at their products. Well, unfortunately, the brand is closing. So I just want you guys to know that if there's something that you really, really are interested to picking up from this brand, you gotta pick it up now. As I always said, the brand may come back. This may be something that happens because I do have another brand that is coming back after years of being gone. So just keep that in mind. And you know what? While I've talked about it, let's just go ahead and talk about that brand, and that's Certify. So Certify had her and her sister owned Certify and Blush Tribe. Blush Tribe was very, very popular in the indie community. They did quite a few collaborations as well. They were doing very good, and then they just kind of stopped. And Certify was hanging on there for a while, and then Certify kind of just stopped. Well, now apparently Certify has reopened their website, and they're going to start launching new products because so many people from their fan base has basically asked them to. So that's so exciting. I no longer have the palette that I had for the brand anymore, but I would be excited and interested to see if the brand kind of reinvigorates their brand with new formulations based on like the times, because I think that was the issue with the brand. They had such great color schemes, but they weren't changing with the textures that other brands were giving us. So I will just preface it by that. I'm excited. I would love to hear if this was your favorite brand at a time and you're really excited as well. But yeah, I'm cautiously excited. So Glamlight has showcased the one collection. I need to see if they've showcased the other collection, but now let's talk about the full Friday the 13th collection. This is already out and available. And what I will say is I like this palette. I really do. I think that this palette probably out of all of them would be the one that would speak most to me. There's a little bit more variety here in the colors, and I think even though they are quite deep, which will work for somebody of my skin tone, there's just more color. It's not just straight up white and black. I would have loved to have like a white in there because I've gotten used to kind of using white to kind of accent with my darker eyeshadows that I just traditionally kind of gravitate to. But I really like this palette. I like the fact that they're coming out with a candle. I must say the highlighter I'm sure is going to be way too light for me, and it looks icy, so it's not something that I would tend to reach for. The lip kit I think is just too light for me. The mirror, absolutely not. The brushes, sure, but I don't need brushes. And the lashes look fine as well. They look kind of very similar to some styles that I get a lot of use out of. Did I pick anything up from this collection? No, not for any reason other than I just wanted to see all of their Halloween collections first before I really picked anything up. And I'm on their website or on their Instagram now, and they have not showcased the last collection yet. So I'm sure it's because they're really busy. This collection did just release 4 days ago. But yeah, I don't particularly need to pick anything up. Maybe during like a Black Friday sale or something. But I don't need it. I think I can just go ahead and appreciate this collection from afar. But I would love to hear if you picked it up. I know a couple of you guys already told me that you're picking up these collections. So I hope you were able to get what you wanted. I know sometimes certain things sell out. And yeah, I think I'm going to appreciate this, not particularly pick this up. Something else that I'm just going to appreciate from afar is the collaboration between Nightmare Before Christmas and Spectrum Collection. I like the brush cleanser. I think that that's something that's like reasonable and something that if you're more of I want to support this collaboration because I love the brand, but I want something that I'm actually going to get active use out of. That's something easy. Then you have the sponges, another thing that you could easily actively get use out of if you use sponges in these shapes, and then also the types of sponges that they have. They also have a smaller brush set I think is really cute as well. And then they have the makeup bag, which I love because it glows in the dark. I love everything about this collection, but I am just going to appreciate it from afar. I think at this point I have quite a few makeup bags, and I don't really travel a lot with makeup, and even when I do, I have the bags that I like. So I think I'm going to pass on this personally, but I love the aesthetic. I love the vibes. And one thing about Spectrum I feel is that they tend to really keep a lot of their collaborations in stock for a very long time. So I wouldn't necessarily say feel the FOMO to like run out to pick these up. Yeah, maybe if you want to use them during this time period, but if you're somebody who just likes Halloween vibes all year round, I don't think you have to rush out to pick these up because they do tend to keep stuff in stock and then restock afterwards. A new brand on the market is Ravi Beauty, and they're coming out with some effortless lip products. They have 3 different colors, and I would have loved to see these swatch on somebody of a darker skin tone. I understand this is a small owned brand, and you know, the swatching on the owner, I completely understand that completely. I would have just loved if Ali and her team could have picked one other person just to swatch it on a darker skin. I think there is one shade that looks like it could kind of be something that I would get use out of, but for now I'm going to wait. But they do look beautiful, and I'm sure the quality is great because when you see a YouTuber really take the time to create a brand after years of being on YouTube, they tend to really create great products because they've been testing out products so often that they can really tell what is going to work and what is going to not work, you know? So I definitely think that is something that is nice. Something coming from Flur, they're coming out with new hair and body mist. I have not picked anything up from Flur, although I've tried a sample of their missing persons somehow. I think I got it in like one of those sets that I picked up last holiday. I think that's a fine scent. I don't think there's anything great. I have picked something up. Mango Skin or Mango something. They have a mango one that I really like. It's beautiful. So it's probably the mango mood, but in the perfume, basically, I'm sure. I think that this is cute. I think it makes sense. I don't wear scents like this on my hair. That's just not something that I like to. I don't want to get any scents on near my scalp and maybe agitated, so I don't do that. As for body mist, honestly, I don't wear a lot of my body mist, and that's something that I am like grappling with now on whether it's useful to continue to go down the road of purchasing more body mist because I don't really use the ones that I have. I use my body creams, I use everything else, but the body mist, not necessarily. My perfumes, my colognes, yes. But there's something about the concept of a body mist where I know it's going to wear away very quickly. And because there aren't very many days right now where I'm home and like that I can re-up the product and the use of it, it's just not being used very effectively. So long story aside, this is not something that I can foresee myself picking up right now. Something that I was very like perplexed about is the fact that Laura Geller is doing a collaboration with Wheel of Fortune. I don't get it. Laura Geller, I think, has literally never done a collaboration. And the fact that they're doing it with Wheel of Fortune, it just feels like they're trying to like grapple to get some money from people. And it's not working for me. I don't like anything about this collection at all, whether it's the packaging, the color schemes, nothing. So this is going to be an easy pass for me. Another brand that I think I talked about last week that came back and now has already showcased a new palette is DD Signature. So this is their Earth Tones That Sparkle palette. I think this is going to be the palette that I really try. I'm very excited for this palette. I think it looks beautiful. Their Neutral Wonder palette that is pretty much the same setup was $28.99. So I'd be very intrigued to see, you know, how expensive this is. And I think this is going to be the one that I pick up. It's going to be available October 19th. So that's coming up around the corner. This is also coming out with some lip oils. These are already available at Ulta, just in case you were wondering. And I will have them linked down below. I love the fact that not only are they coming out with lip oils, but they're coming out with a variety of different shades. And of course, they have a brownie lip oil, which I love. I feel as though every time I buy lip oils or lip products, I'm like, I'm getting them because I don't have enough. And then I look for a lip product this weekend and I'm like, where are all the lip products? So they must fall into some form of hole, or maybe they're all in my basket waiting to be reviewed, which I really need to review that basket of stuff. So we'll see, but I am excited and I could definitely see me easily throwing this in an Ulta cart. It's only $8. I would love to try a lip oil for $8. So a new brand, Diviroon Cosmetics, has come out, and they have really come out, and I feel like with full force. They have quite a few like interesting shades and some mattes. I in the past would have already have picked this up. I would have already be like preparing to do a video on this brand. And I think, like I said, I'm really trying to do better. And although I'm intrigued and I think this is a beautiful palette, I have seen a video from a YouTuber that's name's escaping me right now. Millie is her name. I can't remember her YouTube name, but Millie is her name. And you know, I've been excited, but I'm going to pass for the sheer fact that I don't want to potentially pick this up and add more to my plate. We're getting closer to the end of the year, and pretty much at November is going to be the cap where I can no longer review new products because I have all of the things that I need to film for December. And December is already going to be hectic for me. I'm graduating in December and potentially moving, potentially doing so many other things, right? So I don't want to put too much on my plate. And I already have like 3 or 4 different palettes from brands that I've already tried, or even new brands that I have decided to pick up that I need to review. So yeah, I think I'm going to unfortunately pass, but it looks beautiful, and congratulations to the brand. I did see today or last night that they did sell out of their stock. Dominique Cosmetics is coming out with a hydrating lip and cheek stain product. So 3 different colors in Berry Soft, Satin Rouge, and Pink Dreams. To me, based on the doe foot, I would say that this is supposed to predominantly be a lip stain and that you can just happen to put it on your cheeks if you want. I have not seen one cheek stain that has been really accepted by the community and loved by the community. So I would personally not recommend you picking this up with that in mind. But I think the colors are cute. I've enjoyed Dominique's Cosmetics products that I have picked up. And so yeah, maybe during the Black Friday sale, I'll pick something up. I know there are a couple of brands that I'm just waiting for Black Friday because they're independently owned and I've been wanting to get more things from them. I just don't mind waiting to get 50 sometimes % off. So those are the brands that I'm going to be waiting. Some more stuff from RMS Holiday is coming. They have 2 or 3 different sets. One set has 2 of their like blushy topper shades. And what I will say is that depending on the shade, it may or may not work for you. I found that on my skin tone, the shade that I picked up wasn't the best. It works, but it's really not the best. I'm not going to get a lot of pigment on there from on my cheeks from the product. I'm really getting a lot more of the sheen. And so I really need to take that into consideration when I go to reach for that particular product, because otherwise I will just be disappointed with what my cheeks are really looking like. Their other set has more of their cream lip eyeshadows and a mascara. I've not tried that product, and for a good reason. I just don't like products typically in this type of packaging. I tend to like products that have like even a doe foot, or they're just in a pan when it comes to like a cream eyeshadow. So it's not something I'm interested in. And then they have miniature versions of their lip products. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of buying miniature products, let alone lip products. I used to have a vendetta against them. So that's going to be yet again another easy pass. I don't have a lot from RMS, but you know, I think there are certain things that are great from the brand or good from the brand. I just don't particularly find any interest in any of these holiday sets. So ColourPop has re-released their collaboration with Rudolph, and this is what's available in Target stores now. I think this is smart. You know, I'm sure they're going to get a lot of people with foot traffic just walking by in Target that are going to pick something like this up for, you know, Christmas gift, birthday gifts, whatever. So I like it, but I didn't pick it up before, and I'm not going to pick it up now. Something that I am picking up, and I do believe this brand is at Sephora, is the Nutum lip collection, cafe collection. That is their lip balms. These are beautiful, and these are perfect for me. These are browns. Like I said, I feel like every time I get lip products, I can't find them, or the products that I may have thought would be good for, like, you know, in a purse or something, they look weird without a lip liner and without a full face on my skin. So I'm really trying to find really good formulations that I can just actually put in a purse and not feel concerned that I look crazy walking around. And I feel like these would really just melt into my skin tone. They're only $10. They have vanilla flavor. And yeah, I'm very excited. Very, very excited to pick up one, if not multiple of these. Pretty much, I think all of these will work on my skin tone, except for the light one. That light one might be a little too light, but very, very excited. Nomad has come out with a new collection, and they've also come out with new products in this collection. So this is their Nomad Air collection, which is really good for people who travel. So they have a thick cream, they have a face mist, and they have a makeup bag along with an eyeshadow palette. I think this is really, really cute. I think it makes perfect sense why they've done what they've done. I think for me, it's just, I don't really need it. I think the tote bag is cute. I really do. I just don't need it. If anything, I would have picked up the eyeshadow palette. I really don't need a 6-pan brown eyeshadow palette. And I'm trying to tell myself that every time I even halfway consider picking up a 6-pan brown eyeshadow palette, because it's not beneficial. Well, let me rephrase. It's not smart to keep buying the same thing, because then you're not getting use out of the old version that you had. So that's my opinions on that personally. So more holiday sets coming from Makeup by Mario. And these are miniature versions of his lip plumping serum. I do have 2 of these, and I do enjoy the formula. I will say the formula is not super opaque. So if that's something that you're expecting, this is definitely just not going to be the formula for you. But it does give a nice gloss to the lips, and it does have a slight plumping effect. To me, it's not something that's unbearable, so it didn't bother me. But just so that you know, Lawless is coming out with a fall scented and flavored lip plumping mask, and this is cinnamon sugar. I think this is smart. It is a nude cinnamon sugar flavored lip mask. It makes sense. I like it. Not something I'm going to be picking up. Something else I'm not going to be picking up is from Chanel Beauty, and this is their holiday release. They have the 5-pan eyeshadow palette and the highlighter. I saw Michelle Wong do a video on this, And, you know, it's not for me, not for me. And, you know, they've already gotten my money once this year. So I think that's about as much money as Chanel's going to ever get from me in a year. It's just probably going to be one thing that they sucker me into, and they already got it. So I'm not going to be picking that up. Trixie Cosmetics is coming out with a new collection, and this is like their, what did they call it? The horse girl collection, where there is a neutral, warm eyeshadow palette, a very warm blush, and then what looks to be like some form of lip product as well. I think this is cute. Not something that I need. I really need something to be really just interesting for me to really buy from Trixie. And also I find that the brand doesn't do a lot of textural changes in their shades, and that's something that I really look for when it comes to new palettes that I bring in. I don't mind if it's a basic palette. I don't even mind if it's the same color scheme, but I would like if there is a textural change for me to kind of justify picking it up. Fenty is also restocked and now made a new shade permanent for their cheek and lip sticks, and this is in the shade Strawberry Pop. So it is official that this is permanent, and yeah, I think this is something that clearly people really were enjoying for probably that strawberry girl face aesthetic. I've not tried that, but I mean, I wear a lot of pinky kind of strawberry shades. I think you could even say that the cheek product that I'm wearing today, which is of course from About Face in Only Drama, easily you could say that once this applies to my particular skin tone, it looks like a more like raspberry kind of strawberry color, which looks really, really pretty. Revlon is coming out with two different products. Not only are they coming out with a tinted serum blush, they're also coming out with a tinted serum. I think this is smart for the brand. I don't particularly like the color scheme. I think the color scheme is just off, or maybe it's the arms that they have swatching that it's off, but it looks weird to me. Very, very sheer, of course, but from what I'm looking at, I would be in between the medium and the deep shades. Like I think I would be in their tan row, which they don't have. So I think this is going to be an easy pass for me. And then looking at the fact that it's a serum blush, I don't tend to get a lot of good use from serum blushes. I just don't like the formulas. They tend to just seep into the skin, specifically because I wear more medium coverage, and these are really geared towards people who wear lighter coverage. So once again, I think that's just something that I'm going to pass from. Indica Boutique Beauty, I don't think is a brand that I've ever talked about, and they were featured on a new makeup release Instagram that I follow, which is PointClick Vibes. And yeah, they were showing these like very interesting kind of hippie boho palettes. I think they're cute. Definitely nothing that I need, but I like that they're bringing a different kind of vibe to the makeup aesthetic that maybe you are interested in and you are really excited for. Wet n Wild is also coming out with a holiday foxtrot collection. So this is very interesting. I want to say the cheek products are duos. That's what I've seen them at least displayed as. I want to say on Ulta. There are also like lip sets or kits. There's a lip gloss, some brushes, some mascaras, and then 3 different eyeshadow palettes. I think overall this is probably cute for somebody of a younger age or somebody who just wants basic products to use on their eyes. Not something personally that I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue to pass. Something else coming from Wet n Wild is their ScoobyDoo collection, which I want to say they already released, but this might just be another brand coming out with Scooby-Doo. There are quite a few people that have collaborated with Scooby-Doo this year. What I will say that is actually slightly interesting to me is that it looks like they have gel liners, and the one gel liner is like the Scooby-Doo green. That looks really interesting to me. Why? I have absolutely no idea, but I am interested in it. And I think the other one is the lip scrub that is in like Scooby Snacks or something. Yeah, okay, just kidding. So those are both lip balm stains in Scooby Snacks. And they also have a lip mask. So they don't have a gel liner, which sucks. So yeah, easy pass for me. That would have been the only thing that would have potentially had me try it, is if they were a gel liner. Glossier is coming out with a mini cloud paint duo set. You know, I have 2 or 3 of these, and honestly, they're going to be decluttered this year. I didn't get enough use out of them, and I think honestly, I picked them up at a time where they were the best type of cream shadow for somebody of my skin tone, but they're not anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and easy pass on that. LA Girl is coming out with a Bow Poria collection. And yeah, this is another collection that just, it doesn't seem like it's for me. It just seems like it's for a lighter skin tone, maybe deepest a tan skin tone. The lip products I could probably get use out of, but I did just recently pick up 5 new lip products from Odin's Eye. So this is going to be another skip. Something that I actually will look at, and we'll see if I pick it up, is Valentino has come out with their holiday collection. So they have new blush shades, which I do vaguely remember a lot of people saying that they really did enjoy these blush shades, but they also have 2 lipsticks. So these are their high pigment refillable lipsticks. And I will say that the Undressed Velvet shade looks like the perfect kind of terracotta-y red that would work for me. So I'm intrigued to see if these are going to be coming to to Sephora. And if they are coming to Sephora, if they come during the sale, I could see me potentially picking them up if I don't go to ham initially. Some more high-end luxury products coming from By Terry, and their holiday collection has been revealed. They do have an advent calendar as well as a bunch of little mini sets. They also have an eyeshadow palette, which I think the eyeshadow palette looks really pretty. I think you could definitely get some cute looks out of them, but I'm gonna pass. I feel like I'm really at a good place right now. Like, I have quite a few really good things, and there's nothing really tempting me at this current moment. Bratz is doing a collaboration with Walmart, so I'm wondering who is collaborating with who. Like, is Bratz the one that came up with the makeup and they just are having it in Walmart, that's why they're collaborating? Or is now Walmart have their own beauty brand and they're collaborating with Bratz? So many questions, but it is the Bratz collaboration. I was never a huge fan of Bratz. I didn't like Barbies. That was just not a thing for me growing up. So this is not an IP, once again, that's going to really pull me in. So I am going to pass. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's it. That's it. I don't see anything else. Let me just check really quickly, because I feel like I'm gonna have a very successful week of just really controlling my shopping and just being mindful. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that's a wrap for today. So yeah, I am so happy personally, honestly, that I don't plan to buy anything. Like I said, I have so many things that I'm in the midst of reviewing or at the beginning of reviewing, or I just need to literally pull out the basket to review. And so I just don't think that I need to buy anything right now. And I'm happy about that. Like I said, I don't want to get myself too overwhelmed. I've already kind of done that in some aspects. So I'm trying to rectify that now. And because of that, I'm trying to really be mindful. How many times can I say it? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. I would also love to hear if there are any collections that I talked about today that you are very excited for and I kind of was a Debbie Downer towards you. I really would love to know. I can't wait to see what the other Glam Light collection is for their last kind of Halloween collection. And then, like I said, maybe I will go ahead and pick up something, but I'm thinking I'm good. Alrighty guys, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye guys.